Welcome to episode 0 of our Introduction to Twine series. I am Matthew, and today we're going to discuss the Twine game engine, what it can do, and why you might want to use it. Let's get started. Twine is a free and open source game engine designed to make browser-based choose-your-own-adventure style game books and other interactive fiction. Basically, it links different passages of text together to create a branching story. This might sound simple, and that's because it is on the surface. This makes Twine perfect for writers and people with little experience with game design. That said, it has a lot of powerful features for users with a little more programming experience. It can make things as simple as a choose-your-own-adventure book, but it can also make things as complex as text-based RPGs with combat systems and randomly generated characters. Twine can also be part of your tooling for games made in other game engines. Some users have used it to write dialogue for their Unity games and Monogatari visual novels, for example. It can also be a useful tool for rapid prototyping simple mechanics and visualizing branching stories. There are a few ways to make games with Twine. The most popular one for beginners is the Twine 2 web app. It gives you a nice GUI to write your games, but there are also compilers that turn plain text files into Twine games as well. We'll cover both in this series. To get started with the Twine 2 web interface, go to twinery.org. Here you'll find information on the Twine engine, as well as links to download the editor for your operating system. Today we'll be using it within our web browser by clicking on the Use It Online button. Now, in the user interface on this page, you will see to the left a collection of stories you've already made. And then on the sidebar here on the right, you'll have the option to make a new story, import a story from a file or an archive, archive all your stories to a file, access the formats available to you, change the language, get help from the wiki, and change the theme between light and dark mode. Now we're going to get started by creating a new story. Let's call this one Story 1. And then hit Enter. Now we are in the story editor. The majority of the scene is taken up by a canvas that stores the scenes we call passages. You link passages together to make a story. The bottom bar has options to go back to the main story list, a drop down that allows you to change features of your story, as well as some editor settings, a find and replace feature, controlling the zoom level of your story, a test button, a play button, and a button to add new passages. We will cover the bottom bar and the rest of the Twine editor in a future video. Let's open up the default passage here and start making our story. At the very top, we have the passage's title. And then we have the body of the passage here in this main section. We're going to title this passage, Welcome. And we should give it some text. I'm going to say, Welcome to the world of Twine. Now we can close this and hit play. And as you can see, we now have on the screen the text, Welcome to the world of Twine. But this would be a very boring game if this was all it was. So we're going to add some player choice. We're going to ask them, what would you like to do? Then we're going to give them the option to click on something. Let's say they ask, what is this place? What I did here was I added double brackets around the text, what is this place? This creates a new passage titled, what is this place? And links the welcome passage to that passage. If we close our welcome passage right now you'll see it created a new passage entitled "What is this place?" And there is an arrow going from our welcome passage to this "What is this place?" passage. Now if we double click on it, we're going to add some text. We're going to say, "This is the internet." And now we need to navigate to another passage. So let's send them back where they came from, so they can ask more questions. To do this, we're going to create a link just like we did previously, but we don't want the text "welcome" to show up on the screen when they click the link. We want it to say back. So we use the pipe character to separate the text we want to display on the screen and the passage we want the player to navigate to. So if we press the play button, you'll see it says, "Welcome to the world of Twine. What would you like to do?" And we click on "What is this place?" and it'll say, "This is the internet." And we can click the back button to go back. So now I'm going to add a couple more passages to our story. Why am I here? And I just want to get home. Now, if we test this, you'll see we have 3 options. What is this place? Why am I here? And I just want to go home. You might be thinking that this is a little underwhelming. What about other game engines? They can surely do a lot more. Well, there are powerful game engines out there. The majority of them have, like Unreal and Unity, have some strong weaknesses that Twine and Interactive Fiction do not have. Twine is very simple to work with out of the box. It is under a FOSS license, and you don't need a large budget to actually make something with Twine. You just need a little bit of time and some writing skills to make a simple game with Twine, and with a little bit of JavaScript knowledge, you can create complex systems. Very few other game engines give you that simplicity alongside that power. Now, we've only scratched the surface of what Twine can do. In our next video, we'll cover one of the most powerful and important features in Twine, story formats. Stay tuned next time and we can see how they allow you to customize your game, add new features, and turn a simple link-driven story into an actual video game. If you like what you see, please subscribe and follow me on Odysee. If you would like to support the channel or read our tutorials, please head over to my website linked in the description below.